call this a good news or what? Or it's just a mere rhetoric that we hear? And we just hear this countries or these presidents of other countries, they just want to make a statement or because there's something that they really want to gain. Because some people will tell you that how come, how, or does it mean the government has met them at some point in time to say, oh, please come and help us in all of this, as we all know that we are the ones that will be able to put to an end all of these problems that we are faced with. Nobody's going to help us, and it is a deliberate act. When you talk about poverty, when you talk about whatever that we are not all happy about in this country, it is a deliberate act from the so-called leaders. From the so-called leaders, they are the problems. There is nobody that will help anybody. But when you hear this kind of a thing, you begin to think that these guys, these people from other countries, whether they really have our interest at heart. Now that the president of Russia, Putin, wants to assist Nigeria to tackle terrorism, how? Well, he has promised to support Nigeria combat terrorism and counter religious extremism. He spoke on Thursday when he received the Nigerian ambassador to Russia, Professor Abdullahi Shehu, who presented a letter of credence to him at Grand Kremlin Palace, according to Daily Trust. On specific areas of bilateral cooperation with Nigeria, Putin assured of very promising expansion of substantive dialogue on topical issues related to maintaining stability in the world hydrocarbon market, combating terrorism and countering religious extremism. He said his country was open to mutually beneficial partnership with all countries without exception, but based on equality and respect for each other's interests, while observing the principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of each other. He said Russia had developed vaccines to combat COVID-19 and was ready to collaborate with any country interested in availing any of the Russian vaccines. In his response, Shehu extended the greetings of President Muhammadu Buhari to Putin. Newswire Nigeria recalls that in August, Nigeria and Russia had signed a military cooperation deal providing a legal framework for the supply of equipment and the training of troops. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed interest in such a pact with Russia as far back as 2019, when he met with his Russian counterpart Putin at a Russia-Africa summit. The Nigerian ambassador to Russia at the time said Buhari felt Russia could help defeat the Boko Haram Islamic insurgency in the northeast of the country, which remains a major problem. The agreements of military technical cooperation between both countries provides a legal framework for the supply of military equipment, provision of after-sales services, training of personnel in respective educational establishment and technology transfer, among others. The Nigerian ambassador said in a statement, it described the pact as a landmark development in bilateral relations between Abuja and Moscow. Nigeria already uses some Russian fighter jets and helicopters alongside military equipment purchased from Western powers such as the United States. Just like I said, like one of the thing being said that in 2019 Buhari signed a whatever, and you begin to ask yourself, is it just to sign? When you sign something and at the end of the day you just leave it at that, or because you just want to fulfill all righteousness? Because with what we are hearing again, in 2019 the promise was made, now 2021 again they will still leave it at that. And you can tell, we all are witnesses, at least from 2019 to date, the insecurity has escalated beyond what anybody can even think of. Everybody just confused. This one will accuse this one, this one will accuse this one, this one will blame this one. And for close to how many years? 10 years. So does it mean that this what is it called, this insecurity, for especially with the fight against Boko Haram, more than a decade, and yet nothing has happened? Buhari now has spent 6 years. So let's say it had lasted for like 5 or 6 years before Buhari came on board. And when Buhari came on board, it even escalated. So what could be the reason for all of these things? Like I said, if you are not ready to do some things yourself, you won't do it. The other day, Malami came out and told us the reason why the sponsors of Boko Haram have not been mentioned, have not been made known. But when it comes to the people that they really want, if they want to do something, they will do it. If they want to do something, if they want to trample upon other people's rights, they can easily do it. It is very, very possible. I remember during the NSAS, it was so easy for the CBN governor to quickly freeze the accounts of those they termed that they were the sponsors of the NSAS. It was so easy, they could see it glaring. So what is happening for over 10 years? You could not do it. We are just deceiving ourselves. And these guys, they know it. They just want to, they will tell us what what is expected of them to have said. Because they know that we are not serious. We are the only ones that can do it. How can we now say that the issue of insecurity is what is so big that we cannot do? But when it comes to peaceful protesters, now, they will judge the case. Now, they will know that this one is this one is sponsoring this. Those who are not even related to terrorism, those are the ones that the Malami will come and be holding press statements and be telling you this. They will, you can imagine during Igbowo's time. If you see what this guy was talking about, AGF, the Malami was just talking about, Igbo was having accounts with this one. He has how many this, but he can quickly come as he has a link with somebody who is has been accused of terrorism. He was able to give us dates as that, giving us as prompt as ever. But now he's telling us that they have to do investigation. So how long did it take you to just do investigation with Igbo's case and began to tell us that he had many back accounts? He had a transaction with somebody who has been accused of terrorism. And the person that who has been accused of terrorism by the Dubai government, it is not difficult now, at least to a very large extent. That is to tell you that these guys are playing prawns, and I pity a lot of people who are not even reasoning along that line. Now, Dubai government has already done at least most of the work they themselves are supposed to work on in getting those who are the sponsors of this Boko Haram. But now he's still telling you that they are doing investigation. But now, Nnamdi Kanu, you can tell us this. Now, you can tell us, give us details. Within 2 days, they will do it. And you're telling us that Russia wants to help us. They will tell you. That is what they will tell you. To tell you what you want to hear. Because they know that they no get sense. They no get sense. If the so-called leaders have sense, we no go did this level where we did. They no get sense. If they get sense, we no go did this level where we did. But go and see all of those leaders. They are so rich. Go on. How many of them that you can say is a pauper? They are so rich, more than all these developed countries, politicians and leaders. They are so rich. But they don't have sense. They think it's just all about people worshiping me. And at the end of the day, you don't have a reputation. Whether you have money or whatever, in as much your country does not have what it takes to be well recognized and respected, that means you don't have sense. You just think everything is all about having billions that they have stolen, whether by crook or by officially stealing it and amassing wealth for themselves. So to me, this one does not hold water. Whether they are going to Russia is going to help us once. How many countries have said the same thing? What have they done? Because they know that you are not serious. They will just tell you, since somebody, the ambassador or whatever, went to meet Putin, hey, will tell you what you want to hear, and we will help you now. Stay there, there. Since 2019, the one they promised, what have they done? Yet the insecurity has escalated. So guys, leave your comment down there below and let's have your take.